Hello YouTubers, this is Robert28 1979. Guys, I just tried to do a video. I've been in here ranting and raving for like an hour and my camera didn't even record anything. So I guess we'll try this again. Oh, sorry, I got my finger in the way there. Yeah, now I'm trying to give all y'all a finger. Look at that. Kind of guy I am. Man, that's just kind of mean. This is kind of a little small update of what's going on in here, guys. As you notice, my shop, you see tractors in here. There's no more Toyota. Toyota is gone. All I can say is thank God. And I'll put it in a quick nutshell on this whole deal, guys. I'm glad it's gone because the owner of it, he's fucking gone too. I'll just leave it at that. I'm sick of that crap. Bad deal. He's a good person, good friend, everything. Just as far as business deals goes, no. Not a good person to have deals with. So, with that saying, guys, I know y'all seen this in the prior videos, guys. I actually started this up a little bit ago, had it running, was videotaping it. For some reason, my video camera just didn't keep the video in the memory. So, this right here, guys, is a 12.5 horsepower Onan motor. Starts, runs, I got the breather off and everything. I did all that when I started it, so I didn't have to prime it in any way, shape, form, or fashion. Anything starts and runs. I'll actually try to start it again. It may be out of gas. I don't know. It's got some pretty nasty gas in it. But I don't know what year this is, guys. I have no clue. I haven't tried to find a date anywhere on it, really. But it is a Toro riding mower made by Wheelhouse. Yeah, that's a good mower, I tell you. Anyway, my whole thoughts, which I'll get to here in a minute. I'll do the video again, all over again to show it. But yeah, I gave $100 for this whole mower, guys. Starts, runs, electrical system more or less shot on it. Just gonna have to have some wiring done to it. If I decide to keep the motor on it, to keep this as a complete tractor, which we'll get to that in a minute and kind of go over that. But the last time y'all guys saw this mower, this is that John Deere. It was actually on the guy's trailer. This is the one I worked on. The guy brought it to me. Wouldn't crank, wouldn't start, wouldn't run, wouldn't do anything. Well, I worked on it for a little while. Found the main cause to be the positive battery cable that runs from the battery to the starter was bad. Replaced that. Got to where the crank. Messed with the fuel pump on it. Got to where it pumped a little bit of fuel. I don't know if it's pumping enough or not, but then I realized there's no fuel going to the carburetor, so I took the carburetor off, opened it up, and guys, a solid block of nothing but white crap. I mean, it was just solid white, like calcium buildup. So I tried to clean it, and every time I get in there, start cleaning a little bit more, trying to get all that white out, just more and more of the carburetor is flaking off and coming out. So called the guy up, told him I was going to need a new carburetor. Carburetor for this thing runs $233 plus tax through John Deere. And you can only get it through John Deere. Which I think is a kind of a crock and crap, but you know, it is what it is because John Deere ordered these motors. It's a Kawasaki motor. They ordered it to their own specifications. And the whole line, from what I was told on the whole deal, is because it's such a special deal, you have to order the parts through John Deere. So, that's where we're at on it. But, I mean, I don't know. The guy's supposed to be picking the carburetor up and bringing it to me after it comes in. He went and ordered it so I can put it on. Let's see if we can get this thing up and going so he can mow with it. But, yeah, I mean, it's one of those, you put it on the trailer, tell him how much parts going to cost. Whoa, I'll come get it. Next day he calls me, yeah, I guess we better fix it. I got to have it. So, yep, so I'll get some video of me changing the carburetor on this. And then I'll tear that old carburetor apart and show it, which, when I was cleaning it, guys, I could not get the needle valve out of that thing, so to let fuel through anyway. So I drilled a hole through it, just to try to see if I could get fuel pumping through the fuel pump down that way, and never got that far. So, and yeah, you know, And no, guys, that's not a big chunk of mud sitting there in that tire. That's actually 8 different plugs in that damn tire. He's trying to fix that tire to hold air. And you can air it up, guys, and by the time you push it from here to my shop door, it's flat. I gotta put a tire on it for him too, so. But this is just one customer job I got going on here, so. Of course, that's my personal deal. And then y'all seen this personal one, which is the big Lawn General that I acquired free of charge and spent a couple hours on and about $5 and had it running. Of course, I got that walk behind weed eater, which this one's actually baffled me for a little bit, guys, until I've narrowed it down. It's either 2 things wrong with it. It's either the spark plug's bad or the coil's bad. Because you can prime that thing, guys. You can pull on that cable on the pull cord until you're blue in the face and it will not start. You pull the spark plug boot off, and the spark plug wire off of there, stick it out about an inch from that spark plug, pull that pull cord, fire up and run. Touch it back to the spark plug, try to hook it back up, and it kills it. So it's either going to be the coil's backfeeding and grounding itself out, or the spark plug's bad. It'd be my guess. This thing has no compression. I've messed with it once before, and the guy come over, dropped it off, said, do what you want. So I'm going to try to fix it and then call him up, tell him it's fixed, and then he can come get it and be happy with it. Or if it's junk, I can just junk it. Which I'm thinking, because this has got the overhead cam in it. So I worked on another one the other day that was spitting fire out the carburetor, and all it was a stuck valve. The way these things are is you've actually got, instead of a rocker on top, you got an actual just bracket up there that runs off an actual little cam that runs on the bottom of that plate. It's just an egg-shaped wheel, and that's what runs your valves. Well, I got that cover off. Of course, you got to pry it off and then cut all the glue and then finally get it off. By that time, you bent it all to hell and you got to straighten it all back out. And got to look in, and one of the valves was stuck open. So I took the spring off, took all the stuff off, kind of pried on it a little bit with a valve pry bar deal I got it to where it pulled back closed. So I threw a little penetrating panther piss around it and tapped her in a little bit and pulled her back out and worked at it for about 5 minutes till that thing got real free and real nice and easy to move. And then I added some lube to it, lubed it up, changed the oil in it, put it all back together, pulled it on the sucker, and it fired right up and ran. So I'm hoping maybe that's what's wrong with this one, just a stuck valve maybe. But if not, well, it's junk, so I don't care. That one's Troy-Bilt, Honda motor, same motor as this. I mean, almost identical. Carburetor problem. Due to a guy who don't know how to keep dirt, grass, and crap out of his fuel cans. He don't know how to put the caps back on the nozzle. So, yeah, second time it's been here. Second time for the same thing. So, I told him this time, due to it being the same issue, same problem, same thing, it's the last time, I'm going to charge him double. And I started laughing at him. But no, not really. But, yeah, I'll get it fixed. No big deal. Just clean the carburetor out, clean the bowl out. And I'm actually going to see, because it's got a fuel line, I'm going to put a fuel filter in that damn thing. Prevent that crap from happening anymore. But as you see, all the steel weed eater stuff are still here. That's because the guy has not come and got them. He's the same guy that owned the Toyota and owned the Ford pickup outside. Same guy that owns the International motor sitting underneath the tarp out here. And owns a bunch of the damn weeders that were laying everywhere outside. So I pulled all his crap together, told him to come get the shit. He just ain't come and got it yet. So the sooner he gets it, the sooner I'll be happier. And the sooner we can get back to just being fucking friends and into that discussion. And of course this piece of shit's still in here. I don't care. It's personal. And here's my Achilles heel, guys. This thing has got me just kind of twirled backwards. I've had this thing for over a year, guys. I've been messing with it for that long. It actually belongs to the same guy that owns the steel weeders and everything else. And guys, I put a new carburetor on it, rebuilt the old carburetor that was on it. spark plugs, coil on it. I've done everything, guys, and the only thing I can figure now is it's got a little small timing belt back up here under this cover and crud, and I'm starting to wonder if that timing chain or timing belt didn't jump or slip. Because you can pour gas into the spark plug, put the plug back in it, crank, pull, and yank, 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 and yank, and yank, and they'll fire. It just won't run. So that's the only thing I can figure. So I got to figure out how to set the timing on that and make sure it's correct, and then see if I can get that damn thing going. Because I'm actually tired of it being here, tired of looking at it. I'm ready to actually fix the thing here, run, so I can yell at it and yell, ha ha ha, I beat you, I got you running. Piece of shit. But, yeah guys, y'all might guys remember my Dixon and some other videos I uploaded. Well guys, call me Dixon crazy. I picked this one up today. The seat, which it actually sits on in here, it's got a rod that goes to it and brackets and flips up. The seat I actually forgot to grab. It's still where I got this at. Guys, I gave $40 for this thing. I'm not going to lie. I've got the mower deck sitting outside the shop. It's only a 33-inch mower deck, real small. But guys, I was looking on Craigslist on the computer, and the guy was actually selling a couple of them, of mowers. And all I saw in that picture was about that much of the tail end of this thing in that picture. Well, my buddy who owns a walker, the guy was advertising 2 walker frames and 2 bins for a $100 bill. So I was like, I called him up, told him about it, and said, let's go look at this stuff. You know, you're a walker guy. And of course on the way over, I come to tell him, and by the way, I saw Dixon in the video, or in his picture, that's why I wanted to go. And lo and behold, this was sitting there. So, guys, he got this thing in on a trade for another mower. Everything worked on it. Everything except that back here, this sprocket here, the teeth are actually wore down on it real bad. So the chain was just popping and jumping and not going right, so they traded it off and got another mower. Well, he pulled the motor off, sold the motor, and the rest of it was sitting there. So I asked him what he wanted for it. He told me, and of course, you know, I jewed him down. You know, he asked me, he said, well, what would you give me for it? I said, I got $5 in my pocket. He laughed at me. He said, I'll take 50. I said, would you take 40 cash? He said, yes. So I handed him $40. So, but I forgot to grab the seat while I was there, so I got to go back and get that tomorrow. So, here's the pondering question I'm trying to figure out, guys. Now, I'm going to ask y'all this and get y'all's advice and input on it. Should I take the Onan motor off the wheel horse and put on this? Because this had, he said he thought it was a 14.5 horsepower Briggs & Stratton on here. But I'm thinking about taking the Onan motor off of the Toro wheel horse over here and putting on this Dixon. Due to that one's got such a small mower deck, which granted is bigger than the one that goes to the Dixon, but there's other problems and issues with that Toro. That motor does run. I'll start it up here again in a minute, as long as it's got enough gas to start again. I'll let y'all hear that in the video. And I want to get this one going, guys, for the main simple fact and reason is my wife took over mine, and I want to get this going so she'll have hers and leave mine the heck alone. So, yeah, that's what it all boiled down to. But that's how I thought it might have had a bigger deck. You know, I don't know what size my other one is, but this is a spare part and piece, guys. The drive unit I bought to fix my other Dixon. I thought about taking this whole unit and sticking it into this one. But with this one here, guys, all the tires and stuff, they all mount back here to this plate, back on the back side. And it's got a little 1x1 square tubing that mounts, that it all bolts to in the front and then bolts to the frame. Well, the problem is, this one, everything bolts straight down to the actual frame. None of it bolts backwards or anything else. So I'm actually going to try to take parts out of this and see if I can make them retrofit to that machine. Which, all this here's, you know, looks different due to it doesn't have the notch out here for back here on this deal. And this one, guys, the actual rod that comes out to connect to the lever bar here is busted off, which I can weld cast up, so I can probably just weld it and be good with it, because it's not going to take a whole lot of yamming and jamming pressure. So as long as my wife or whoever's on it actually takes it easy with it, it won't break again. You know, I don't know how they broke it the first time. They had to be prying in there with a heavy pry bar to try to pry something apart to break it. So this one I'm actually going to use for parts. I'm probably going to take one of the sprockets off to replace that bad sprocket, and just, you know, 'cause this is almost identical same setup as my Dixon outside, minus the brake levers here, brake, whatever you want to call them, brake blocks, are actually a little bit different than what's on the one outside. So I've got parts either way I go. I've got parts. It doesn't matter. But I just thought I'd ask y'all guys out there, that, you know, you guys that watch my videos, should I take the Onan motor off of that, figure out the wiring, put it on here and rewire this thing? Or should I just take the time, rewire and do everything and fix that and just find another Briggs & Stratton motor to put back on this? You know, this one had, I think it said 14.5 OHV Briggs & Stratton on it, as that one's got a 12.5 horsepower OHV Onan motor. So, like I said, once again, I just kind of open for opinions on this thing, guys. I mean, this one I like to get going, not in a big hurry, but I want to get it going. Like I said, I've got all the other spare parts, which, here's that cast piece, guys, that's got broke off of the drive unit there. So it actually sits like that, and this wheel rubs up against the bracket that keeps it in line, keeps it straight. You know, I've got all the parts here, which this actually handle, I guess, was a part to the actual bagger catcher system deal they had on there. So the pulley, extra pulley that goes on the mower deck, which they took off this, God only knows why. But I've got all the other parts there. The only thing I ain't got to this thing right now on it is the seat, which I've got to go get tomorrow, and a motor. So yeah, but you know, I ain't gonna lie, guys, I paid $40 for it, so you know, $40, I get a whole complete basic mower, basic except the motor, which is no big deal to mess with. So, but yeah, I mean, it even comes with a Dixon key, as my other one doesn't say nothing on it, just a general run-of-the-mill key. The seat says Dixon. I mean, everything says Dixon. I mean, guys call me Dixon crazy. I don't know. But, yeah. Enough of that shenanigan. But that's where I'm at, guys. I mean, I've gotten a few mowers out of here. I mean, outside, guys, the green Craftsman and the red Murray mowers are both gone. I've already fixed those. They're out of here. Pretty basic, simple run-of-the-mill stuff, which in the last video I went over my carburetor cleaning techniques, so I'm going to do that again so y'all get on this video. And yes, I'm smoking. As Pisser's chair calls it, yeah, I'm a chooching, guys. I'm chooching. So, but guys, I'm going to kind of figure out how to get this camera set down, because this thing has no base, no stand, no nothing. On my carburetors, guys, a simple secret technique that I use that most people probably don't know about, some may not, is how to clean these. I don't soak them. I don't spray a bunch of carburetor cleaner down off in them and all the other junk and crap that is out there. Guys, what I do is I take where all the orifices are at here, take the bowl off, take it all apart, and every orifice and jet and seat and everything in there, I clean them up. Guys, I'll buy a set of torch tip cleaners. Go to a welding shop, buy you a set of torch tip cleaners. You know, there should be a set laying up here somewhere, but I don't see them. Run them through there, guys, to get to the closest size you can to whatever hole you're cleaning, and run that thing up and down and through there real good. Spray you a little WD-40, which I got here. Spray that in there. That helps break up all that lacquered fuel, or like the ethanol. That sugar is basically what it turns into. When ethanol fuel sits stagnant and actually starts drying out and lacquers up, it actually turns into basically sugar. So that's the best way I can describe it. It's what it looks like. It looks like brown, light brown sugar in there. I'll do that, guys, and then I went to Harbor Freight, bought this little blower. It came with the rubber tip for the front, came with another nozzle that screws in here that you can put in a ball needle to blow your balls up with, your football, soccer ball, whatever balls you want to blow up. I'll leave that to y'all. Then it came with another one. It has a little bit bigger needle. That's just for blowing into orifices. And it comes with this one, which this one's actually a pretty small little needle. And guys, this needle actually fits right inside the holes of these carburetors. And you can get it up in there, blow as you go, and get to the end, and sit there and hold it a second. And whatever is in there, it's going to have enough pressure to build up to blow it out. And it cleans these carburetors out real fast. That way you don't have to soak them overnight. You don't have to do, the chemical pressure cooker treatment, as I call it, on them. You can just do a quick scrub through, run those tip cleaners through it, blow it out, put it back together, and the thing should, 9 times out of 10, guys, things are gonna run like a top again. So yeah, that's my little secret and trick there. I don't mind telling people that. I mean, there's a lot of people out there who are doing stuff themselves nowadays, and the do-it-yourselfers. That's just another little quick tip, guys. Little secret. I mean, the torch tip cleaners. How do you like my busted boots? Yeah. But the torch tip cleaners, I think, are like $1.99, $2 for a torch tip cleaner set. Which, if I knew where mine were at in here, I've got a ton of other stuff, and yeah, of everything in the shop, guys, I'm working on that for my wife. She actually won 2nd place last year. She's into bicycling, so I say kudos to her for that. It's healthy. At first, I kind of disagreed with it, didn't like it, because we've had several people around here getting killed on riding their bikes down along the highway. But my thing's working on stuff, her thing's riding a bicycle. I give her kudos. I give it to her. I'll stand behind her 110% of whatever she decides to do in life. I hope she does the same for me, and we both be merry and have our enjoyments. So let's see if I can find those torch tip cleaners. But guys, this over here is supposed to be my lawnmower, weed eater work area, and that's supposed to be my automotive section over there. Guys, I'm at the point, I don't know if I'll be working on any more automobile stuff. Too many people are just trying to get you to do a $1,200 job for $100, and it's wearing me thin. I know these lawnmower stuff I can work on one, clean the carburetor and everything, charge $20, and I feel happy about charging them $20, and the actual person actually feels happy to pay $20 to have it fixed. So, anyway, I see it, I can spend in here for 2 days tearing the motor down, rebuilding, or putting head gaskets on, or whatever, and make $300 or $400 on a job. Versus to where in 2 days I can work on 50 of these mowers, or even, let's say, even just 20 of them. You do the math. 20 mowers times $20. I ain't gonna try to think about it. My head hurts already. So, but I had some of those tip cleaners. I think I had them up here. I got stuff scattered everywhere. Right here, guys. Let's go down to your local welding supply store, and pick up a set of these. They're torch tip cleaners. There's different brands. I use White Oaks. That's what we got. And guys, you go through here, you find the one that'll fit the hole. You know, say this little bitty one guy right here. Run it up and down that hole, clean it out real good, blow it out. And guys, put your carburetor back together, and you'll be surprised. So that's my trick. You know, my little secret. You know, I don't have to soak stuff for 24 hours. I don't have to keep, because the best thing, guys, is the best way I can put this, which I'm just rambling and rambling and rambling. Y'all guys are probably tired of hearing me, but if a guy drops a mower off, if I can get that mower fixed within 15 or 20 minutes, call him up, tell him it's done. One, I feel better about myself because I got it done as fast as I could. Two, I've got a happy customer. He only had to do without his mower sitting at somebody else's house for half an hour. So the quicker you can get things done, the happier your customers are, the more guaranteed you can be that they're going to return for more business. So, hence, that's the way I look at things. So, anyway, I'm going to get off that subject, get off of other things. But, anyways, guys, back to this deal. Just kind of leave me a comment or whatever. Let me know what y'all think. Should I take this motor off, put it on the Dixon, or should I just fix this and find the motor for that Dixon? But, guys, I mean, about all I can do, I mean, this thing ain't the prettiest thing in the world. Needs 2 new front tires, at least tubes in them anyhow. Small little mower deck. Probably just 36, 38 inch deck. But, you know, that's what the average person wants. So, me, I don't want nothing less than 46 inches. I mean, it's got to be either 46 or bigger deck out here for me to mow with. Because I like to cover the ground, I like to cover it quick. So, but anyways, guys, I'm going to go ahead and close this video. It's getting kind of late. It's already, as my clock says, it's 12:10. It's already at 10 minutes after midnight. So, I'm going to close this one out, guys, and get it ready, get it started uploading and everything. And if y'all haven't subscribed and you see my video, so if you want to, please subscribe. Rate my videos, comment if you like, guys. I mean, let me know what y'all think, man. I mean, the only way I can make better videos or good videos or what have you is, you know, if I get some feedback from people, let me know what I'm doing wrong, what I'm doing right, what they like, what they don't like. And guys, I can start making better videos, things y'all guys like more or whatever. Just let me know, man. And, you know, like I said, subscribe if you ain't subscribed, rate, comment, you know, who knows. Anyways, guys, I guess I'm going to end this thing and we'll see y'all another time. Thank you.